Assalamu alaikum, students. Today we are going to write an essay, and the topic we have is that some people believe that countries should produce the food to feed their population themselves and import as little as possible. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So, first of all, the agenda would be that we are going to think about some ideas, and then we will start writing our essay. So, let's have some ideas. First of all, there are a few ideas which I wrote myself. You can think of your ideas, but the fact is that when you have a list or a number of ideas, then you can formulate how to write your essay. Preferably, I would opt for 4 paragraph essay. First one is going to be introduction paragraph, and secondly body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and conclusion paragraph. This essay, the question statement is that what extent do you agree or disagree. So we are going to present our argument in body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2, and in of course the conclusion paragraph. So introduction paragraph is very simple. We are going to paraphrase the question statement, write the question statement in our own words. And body paragraph 1, this is the paragraph where we start presenting our arguments in favor of our opinion. Either we are going to agree or disagree. Let's look at the ideas, then we will decide how we are going to write our essay. The first idea is that for developed countries, importing food is a norm. For example, UAE is the country where no major food production units are available. Therefore, they mostly rely on importing food from different countries, and it is a fact. Second idea says, for developing countries, if exports are less than imports, then that means meager inflow of dollars coming in and need to pay more dollars against bills of imports. Not a favorable situation. So in such a country, if the imports are more than the exports, then it is very difficult to keep the parity with importing foods from different countries, because most of the times the government is going to create the policies in a way that hamper the imports, or import is not appreciated. So it is very difficult in that situation. Anyways, the idea is that if import is more, then of course the country should focus on self-sufficiency to produce food items. It is not a favorable situation. Therefore, they must prefer to produce the food items internally, reducing the imports from other countries. So this is one of the strong reasons that countries should rely on their own to produce food items. The developing countries are mostly they are agricultural countries. They are not industrial based countries, or maybe they are struggling with their industrial sectors. So a lot of efforts are needed. Okay, the third one is that the value of nutrition cannot be compromised in case if a country is lacking technologies to produce good quality food, then the situation will be a lot worse. And definitely there seems to be a dependence in this specific scenario, because children and younger generations can suffer a lot. For example, Western countries have developed a lot in areas of dairy industries, and their products are very famous throughout the world, which cannot be avoided. Of course, if you look around the shelves of superstores, even in your country, you are going to see a lot of Western dairy products. So you cannot avoid that, because they are the best quality foods products available, and which if you rely on your own resources, you cannot find that good quality of your products. So they have to do a lot of research, they have to produce new recipes, they have to come up with new ideas. So a lot of things require it is achieved with the passage of time. It is not a one day job. If you look at these industries in the Western areas, they are like more than 100 years old, more than 70-80 years old industry. So with research and development, they have reached to that level. Okay, the fourth one, lack of research and geographical needs may cause some countries to import specific food items, as I discussed already, such as oranges and mangoes cannot be produced in many countries. In this regard, the largest producer are exporting these food products. Research and geographical needs, although the research sector has not been discussed over here in this point in detail, but geographical needs is one of the major concerns. Okay, some products are produced in very specific areas, like we have discussed the examples. Okay, next, the fifth point is that to fill the needs of the countries where we have a larger population, food is a very severe issue and they must import without having any second thought. Although they have been a larger food producer by themselves, yet they are bound to import necessary food items. Look at the examples of India, China. Although their food production has increased a lot, but the fact is that because they have huge population, so at times they can go through shortages of some food products, so they needed to import from other countries, I mean especially India. So if you look at their data, you would come to know that at times they have to import various daily food items from many neighboring countries. Okay, and now sixth point is that lots of countries specifically, okay, I need to put a comma over here. This one. Okay, lots of countries, specifically the developed ones, have reached a high level of food productivity by developing high quality seeds, and their focused research, which requires a lot of investment, has succeeded them to specialize in the production of organic foods. Hence, the countries which lack these resources of knowledge ultimately have to rely on other countries. This was the last point. Okay, so let me discuss about the ideas before I attempt to write an essay. The ideas I have in my mind. First of all, whenever you're going to see a topic to write an essay on, you are going to have brainstorm with a lot of ideas at that very specific moment when you are about to write an essay. So keep on practicing, keep on looking at new ideas twice or thrice a week. You must look at some ideas and just keep on thinking new ideas, so that whenever you are going to attempt IELTS or any such test where you have to conduct a writing task, you can have a lot of ideas at that moment. So keep on thinking, keep on working. Likewise, I produced 6 ideas over here, so it is very easy now for me to write an essay on. According to me, I'm going to write an essay. The first paragraph is going to be introduction paragraph, paraphrasing of the question statement. Second paragraph is body paragraph 1, in which I'm going to take a position that although countries should be self-sufficient for the production of food, as far as production of food is concerned, they are bound to import food products on the basis of a number of reasons, which I can find, like larger population, like nutritional values, which we cannot ignore, and the best quality products are available in the developed countries. So we need to provide our population with the best quality foods and products. Organic food. Okay, so you can give an example of organic foods, research and development. So in the countries where these technologies are not so abundant and research is not very appropriate to meet the future targets of producing high quality food products, in that case the countries are bound to import from other countries. So I'll have a lot of reasons to describe that countries are bound to import food items from other countries on the basis of certain reasons. Body paragraph 2. In this paragraph, I'm strongly going to recommend that the countries should develop research facilities. Penetration should be from the higher level. Okay, education should be provided to the people, specifically agriculture based education, livestock based educations, and in these areas people should be trained what is biofloc fish farming, okay, and we should teach our children about vertical farming. Lots of researches are going on in many countries like Australia, Malaysia, and other countries. So education, so we need to provide education to our younger generations, specifically in the food areas, how we can improve our dairy products, what are the mechanisms those are adopted by the developed countries. Educate your population that how we can produce high quality seeds. So we need to learn a lot from the developed countries. If I'm writing an essay from the perspective of developing countries, okay, on the other hand, it's a norm for the developed countries to import goods because they have a very valuable currency and their currencies are very strong. So food does not affect them, their economies. It's like a norm, okay. If you live in UK, if you live in European country, food items like if you're living in Spain, so you can find Italian food items very easily, okay. So I mean, it's not a big deal. Living in a country that belongs to a European Union is like living under one umbrella, where you can find the products from all the neighboring countries. So it is not a big deal over there. Even if you go to UAE, Dubai, if you are living over there, food is not very expensive as compared to paying the rents of the accommodation is very expensive over there. So is schooling. To provide schooling to the children is very expensive over there. So these are the areas which are very expensive while you're living in developed countries, whereas food does not matter, okay. These countries are regularly importing food and they have very less they have put in place very less amount of taxes or duties on these food items. On the other hand, if you are writing with the perspective of developing countries, so my idea is that importing of food product is inevitable. You cannot avoid that for the time being, but the fact is that the research methods should be improved, education should be provided, how countries can become self-sufficient in the production of food items. Okay, at the end you're going to give your conclusion paragraph, and to sum up like whatever you wrote in the essay, just give a brief idea about that, and then give your opinion that you agree that countries need to import food items because of some certain situations which cannot be avoided, and but ultimately companies should reach the level of self-sufficiency only through providing education to their population. Hope you grabbed the idea. Please write your essay in your own words. I have discussed a lot of ideas. I have given a lot of points, and I will come up with another idea in my next video. Please subscribe to my channel and stay connected for my upcoming video. Thank you very much.